Hey everyone, welcome in a new episode of Steven's Week, the weekly update on marketing and technology. Enjoy the new show. The most important news item this week actually comes from last week. That was frustrating for me because I just posted my new weekly and 5 minutes later the news of the month came out that Amazon bought Whole Foods for $13.7 billion in cash. So they bought the 465 premium stores, premium locations in the grocery environment. So as you know, Amazon started with Amazon Go earlier this year, but these were like small experiments in a brilliant shopping concept. But you feel that the online grocery market is a tough nut to crack. So this is a huge strategic investment that Amazon made to capture this market. And now just imagine that they would use the technology from Amazon Go in their Whole Foods stores. I don't know if you remember Amazon Go. You just walk in, you scan the gate with your smartphone, then you grab whatever you need from the shelves and you walk out. You don't need to scan anything, you don't need to pay for anything, everything is automated. Imagine that they could do this on a large scale in the future. That would create a complete new experience of grocery shopping. So I'm very curious to see how in the next 2 years probably Amazon will change Whole Foods and what this will do to the entire retail industry. But it's clear now that the new world is literally eating the old world. Instagram stories keeps on booming like crazy. Back in April, so 2 months ago, they had 200 million daily active users on Instagram stories. And now, 2 months later, they have 250 million active daily users on Instagram stories, whereas Snapchat remains at a 166 million a day. So it's incredible. In October last year, they started with this, 0 active users, and now booming towards 250 million active users a day on Instagram. The content battle between the tech giants is going to increase. Apple just hired one of the top executives from Sony to boost their own production of content because they want to compete with, of course, Netflix and also Amazon. But it's interesting to see how like the big technology players are now becoming entertainment service companies, content producers. Like Netflix is the biggest content producer in the world, and how they are taking over that market from traditional broadcasters. Uber is losing market share to Lyft. There was one reputation scandal after another for Uber. And last week then they decided to ask their CEO Travis to step aside. Well, now for the first time we also see an impact on the figures. Like in about a year ago, Uber had 84% of the market in San Francisco. Now they have 77% of the market. And the big winner of this big move and the impact of all the scandals is their main competitor Lyft, that is now growing at a fast pace of 135%. Of course, Uber still owns the large majority of the market, but it's interesting to see how this will evolve and if they will be able to restore that reputational damage that they have created, and see how Lyft will react upon this as well. Pretty big news about Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg announced that they will change the mission statement of Facebook, which is pretty big news because the mission statement was created in 2004 to connect the entire world and bring people closer together. That was the mission statement in 2004, and it remained the same until a few days ago. And a few days ago they said we still want to connect the world, but the goal is to make the world a better place and to change the world for the better. And this is something they felt they had to do. I assume that a lot of the fake news items have something to do with this. I assume the election of President Trump have something to do with this. The fact that people kill each other and stream that on Facebook Live. So there was pretty bad things that happened because of the impact on Facebook. And now it's clear that the Facebook management doesn't like that and they want to do something about that, and they make it their mission in life to make sure that the world becomes a better place by connecting people. And I'm very curious to see how they will act upon this, but it's clear that they want to have more positive news and make sure that people can share more positive things, and that the negative side of the power of Facebook will be reduced in the future. There's a rumor in the market that Tencent would buy Rovio. And Rovio is a Finnish gaming company, mobile gaming. They were, or they are world famous for Angry Birds. That's their biggest one. And Tencent is famous for WeChat, but Tencent is also really into the mobile gaming market. So they really want to move forward and get their footprint in more mobile gaming by buying Rovio. Okay, this was it. This was my weekly show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will share it. I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.